Silbert Prescott, Superintendent Minister of the Methodist Church, believes that everyone, regardless of religious persuasion or sexual lifestyle choices, are made in the image of God and should be treated with love and respect. He is responding to the invitation to the Intimate Conviction Conference on the anti-buggery laws and the reportedly hostile anti-LGBT rhetoric that is being generated by some religious leaders across the Caribbean.
In my view, secondly, the way that the concern is being represented in the correspondence, it appears to be somewhat ambiguous. For example, is it making the point that leaders of churches should not have a view as it relates to whether or not the buggery law should be repealed? Furthermore, if one's view is not in harmony with the LGBT community, does it mean that they are inciting violence and discrimination?
Reverend Prescott notes that caution should be used when expressing one's views, especially if it relates to someone who has a different opinion. However, he adds that churches should maintain their belief and doctrines.
As a church leader in the Caribbean, I believe that churches should be very guarded, that we are not coerced or bullied by forces outside the region that have an agenda towards reforming our laws, which in effect has the ability to redefine the values which we hold dear as a nation and as a region. This, to my mind, is a form of neocolonialism that infringes upon our sovereignty as independent nations, as well as our right to self-determination as people of the Caribbean.
The Methodist pastor says while he does not support the practice of homosexuality based on his understanding of Scripture, he believes it is important to distinguish between the practice and the person.
Finally, whereas the stated purpose of the correspondence is to encourage Caribbean church leaders to engage in responsible discussion, and whereas I have not sufficiently been kept abreast with all the issues involved, I would like to suggest that there is a need to approach such overtures with a degree of caution and skepticism, since very often the stated purpose might not be the goal that the persons have in mind.
Joseph McKee-Smith, GBN News.